This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Very excited to have George with Humble Road back on the channel. Today he's going to give us a full tour of a Ford Transit all-wheel drive, and this is a very unique floor plan. You got to check this one out. It's got an awesome shower design, and it's built for dog competition. So join us for the tour.
Thanks for having me, Patrick. Always a pleasure to be on your channel. This van redefines a dog's life. Wait till you see this. Amir is a competition dog trainer, Belgian Malinois. These are very serious dogs, very serious competitions. So this van is built around 4 Belgian Malinois, 60 to 80 pounds apiece. And Amir is going to travel North America from competition to competition with this van and his 4 dogs. They're living pretty good. Wait till you see this. So as you can see, we've got custom crates for each of the dogs. And these are to be referred to as crates. They're not cages. So these are custom. And if you take a peek around the corner here, you'll see that we actually developed our own little climate control system, individually controlled in each of the 4 crates. So there's one here. And you might say, how is this dog going to jump up into this crate? But let me show you. Actually, these are those dogs that can jump a 10-foot wall over the top, and you got the bite suits, serious. But here's what we developed for them. We pull out this step, swing around this weight support. Now that dog can jump up from inside the van or out here, up onto the platform and into his crate. So that dog, they're probably all going to want to take this crate because they're going to want to use the jump. That's how that goes. And then down here, it's like bunk beds. There's another crate, climate controlled, ventilation on 3 sides. We're very careful to make sure these crates were ventilated properly for the dogs. And we've got a coin flooring. Very utilitarian, very easy to maintain in a van. What I love about the flooring, this van has radiant heat in the floor under this. If we ever had to edit or maintenance that radiant tubing, these panels pop right up. And we've actually designed our subfloor such that we just have to remove a few screws and this whole aisle can be removed to reveal the glycol tubing for the radiant heat.
We'll get back to George's van tour in just one moment. I just want to say a huge thank you to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Let's be real, sticking to healthy habits is tough. We all know the drill. But AG1, it's been a game changer for me. It's generally one of the easiest, most impactful things I do for my health every single day. Just 1 scoop every morning, that's it. And unlike those other new habits that I tried, this one, it actually stuck. I've been starting my day with AG1 and it feels incredible knowing I'm giving my body a solid foundation right from the get-go. And you know what? I've really noticed a difference. That midday slump, that craving for an extra cup of coffee, that's gone. AG1 supports my energy levels thanks to those B vitamins without that crash. Plus, it's packed with the micronutrients we often miss. It's more than just greens, folks. It's a comprehensive blend of vitamins, minerals, probiotics, whole food source ingredients, all in one drinkable scoop, research-backed and designed to support your whole body, brain, and gut. Personally, I mix my AG1 with room temperature water straight up. The taste, I think you're gonna like it. Think subtle pineapple, vanilla bean. It's surprisingly delicious. And those travel packs, these are perfect for camping, van life, you name it. Tear off the top, pour it in, shake it up, and you're good to go. For me, the biggest wins are the boost in energy without the caffeine jitters. And a noticeable improvement in my gut health. The prebiotics and probiotics work together to support digestion, reduce bloating, and keep things regular. And here's the best part. You can get started with AG1 for less than $3 a day when you subscribe. That's less than that second cup of coffee I don't even want anymore. Head over to drinkag1.com/NJOA or scan the QR code right here on the screen. Once again, a massive thank you for AG1 for making this video possible. Cheers to better health.
Up front, we gave Amir a nice little swivel seat and a Lagoon, of course. In the Ford van, we've pretty much perfected what we call our ukulele, which is our cherry mount for the Ford They vary slightly from Ford to Sprinter to ProMaster. And then we gave him an epoxy-coated cherry tabletop. And he gets his own reading light over here. You see that? I love these reading lights because you can position them anywhere, and they're quite spotty. So that's kind of cool. Again, Ford van, I think we've dialed in nicely with our front bulkheads. This is cherry, and then we wrap it. These big ugly blobs that we have in all our vans now. We shave these down slightly, Bondo them, we fill them with Bondo, and then we wrap them. And then that just ties into the avocado shelf, which comes across the top here. Ford vans are tough because this whole section is hardened steel. You got to go through a number of bits to be able to drill it. We added a bolster. We've been doing that now. We did it in the Sheet of Me van because John was so tall. And so this is so if you do happen to hit your head, this is a padded bolster going all the way across. Nice touch. And then we have our task lighting. I'm using these touch switches, which I think are a lot of fun to just swing your finger up and down. They're all dimmable, and you can they're just touch activated. Nice big galley, big deep sink, my signature. I started the big sink craze, I guess. This is a Wilson Art countertop. Love it. It's similar to a Corian, but it's just got a little bit of a different feel to it. And then we make sure we do a custom fiddle rail, backsplash, but we call it a fiddle rail on 3 sides. Particularly difficult when you've got to come around something or inside of something. So we pride ourselves on that fit and finish. Here we've got the Aqua filtered water system. So it's been winterized now, but this is UV light and sediment filter. So this is the water you would use for cooking and drinking. And then this is your wash faucet. And then you can see that big deep sink there. This is our touch pad for the Aqua Hot. This is a gasoline fired heating system. It's got 3 zones, and it also makes your hot water. So because this uses a heat exchanger for your hot water, you have unlimited hot water. As long as you have fresh water, you'll have hot water, and it's basically instant because it's going through that heat exchanger rather quickly. There's a gas furnace under the van. This bulkhead here, made out of cherry, just travels down, and of course we use it as a wire chase behind our cabinet here. We've got a little access to a small fuse panel back there. Everything's labeled. And again, all these panels are removable. I've sung this song before. If we had to run wires, add wires, these panels come down. This is a system that works quite well for your van ceilings. These are aluminum flat stock that we wrap with the same vinyl as the ceilings. So if you drop these aluminum bars, these panels can drop down and you can do what you have to do up there anytime you have to do it. We've got an induction cooker in the drawer here. You can use that here, you can use it here, you can use it outside. We've got outlets everywhere. And then we have another drawer here. But that's it for drawer space because this is his water tank. He wanted his stainless steel water tank in the galley. So we've made all these panels easily accessible. Look how easy that was. So here's his water tank. He's got access hatches on both sides. Again, even this one, I can't get, there we go. The magnets are so strong. So now if you pop these off, and even the side panel pops off. Look, here's my water pump. Here's my Aqua. You've got full access. If I pull that panel off, take these drawers out, it's like you're building again. You could get access to everything. All 80/20. That's the beauty of 80/20. And if you notice, we spline everything. You see that? That's a spline. That's in the bottom of that panel. That fits in our 80/20 slot, and then you magnet it. Now, if you notice, this is a drawer, and this is a drawer, but we kerfed a line and blacked it out so it appeared to be a drawer. Same thing on this panel. Purely aesthetic, but look how nice that looks. Draws your eye right into this freezer chest. This is for the dog's food. Freezer chest. These dogs are eating pretty good. Large drawer above. Here's one of our zones for heating. There's an air zone here, and there's another one down the end of the galley. And that is the heat for the cabin, and then you have the radiant as well. So here we've got a porthole window that's a lot of fun. And if you look over on this side, we matched it. So we've got opposing porthole windows. And this is a shower box. I'm going to show you how this works a little later on. Come back over to the galley. With the Ford vans now, again, we've dialed in some pretty nice storage areas along this back wall here. There's a little shelf here. There's a deep cubby and then an even deeper cubby. So you can put your olive oils and such in there. And you come further down. Now we're headed into the bedroom. We gave Amir this little cubby here for clothing. There's not a lot of storage for his clothing in this van because of all the crates. They've taken up most of the room. The entire garage is comprised of 2 crates. So it's not your typical fixed garage, but you know, we took great care to make sure these doors opened properly so the dogs can get in and out. The dogs were the heroes in this build. We're very, very conscious of their comfort and well-being. But Amir does have a nice little nightstand here. We gave him a spot for his jewelry and watches, a cup holder. He's got a high-speed USB charger, and then he's got his light switches here that he would want to control from the bed. Awning window on this side, awning window on the other side. Oh, did you see that? There's another porthole. He wanted to have visual access on all 4 sides of the van at any time, easily. So we gave him that. Single bed. Amir's, when he's traveling with these dogs, it's serious competition. There's no fooling around. So it's a single bed. He's going to be him and the dogs traveling. On the back of the bed there, you might be able to see it later on, is another storage cubby. Goes the full length of the bed. A small Caframo fan to keep him cool. He's got a nice skylight. This is actually a bow hatch from the boating industry. It's got a sliding screen cover and a night shade. And then we do our own jams, surround jams out of laminate. Our wall panels here are beautiful gray fabric. And he's got another reading light back here. So that's on. He's got some mood lighting underneath on the sides. 6-inch foam, memory foam mattress. Cherry bulkhead, comes all the way across. And then if you take a look in this corner, he's got another little storage cubby. He may want to load that up with books. We were able to give him a nice big storage cabinet on the top here over his feet. And again, the way we design our cabinetry is we can pop these panels off at any time. This is black starboard with solid cherry handles. Awning window over here. Up top, we've got a dove gray vinyl wrapped marine vinyl ceiling. And then we've got our stretchers also matched in the light gray vinyl. This is the first time we've built a ceiling that wasn't white. It's a dove gray, and I love it. I love it. If it's a masculine van, I think I would do this each time. We've got a nomadic cooling 12-volt, 3,000-watt air conditioner. We've got a Maxxair fan up here. And down here, this is my physical plant. It's magneted. It's a little tough to fight those magnets and the splines. Get that spline out of there. Now you can see we've got 2 Victron Lynx distributors, shut-offs, fuses. Everything you need to do is in here or in the back on the outside wall of that crate. I'll show you that in a minute in the back. This is a good example for you to see how we cantilevered that shower box. The pan's there, but we took the shower out further so you'd have more room on the inside, and we gave him his red nightlight in there as well. We toil and discuss every detail, both aesthetic and function. I mean, this little vignette right here, This is not random. This happens because we start again by letting the van speak to you. This is the outer chassis of the van. Look how beautiful that shape works in with the porthole and the cherry and the black. Okay, I'll move on to the more serious stuff. Back to earth now. Here's his refrigerator. He doesn't need too much food because he's also going to keep a lot of his food in this freezer down here, and then he'll transfer it in as he needs it. Up here, pretty standard fare for a humble road build. You got your breakers, which also act as switches, and you've got your Serbo GX. I've got a Lithionics 640 amp hour 12 volt battery. We've got a Victron Multi-Plus 2 3000 watt inverter, 120 volt. What else is down there? The Aqua Hot. We've got a second alternator we installed, dedicated alternator, so that's running through a Wake Speed 500 regulator. Water gauge, fresh water gauge, very accurate. This is our house battery shutoff. This is a spare switch. This is ready to go. We just don't know what we're going to power with it, but we may know in the future. We're ready for you. These are our outdoor spreader lights. So these are the spotlights on all three sides of the van, and the fourth one are the critter lights down under the van. Now we get to this shower. So you got a work surface, you've got a work surface, you've got this beautiful vignette to enjoy. And if you noticed, I don't know if you did notice, the shower curtain is hiding in plain view here. So you want to take a shower, you lift this panel up, you lock it in place, and you have your shower. Here's a half door to allow you to step into the shower. And here's that jog I spoke about, that cantilever jog. You can see what that does for you in the shower. The shower pan's just this big, but we added that jog. It gave us a place for our plumbing. And this can now come up and hang right here for your shower. Shower curtain, what we did is we modified that shower track. So we heated it and we bent it. We gave it a pretty hard 90 there. So you've got to kind of get a little feel for how to bring it around. But once you get used to it, you understand how that's got to make those hard 90 turns, you're in business. So basically the shower curtain comes around and ends where your water comes in. So you're completely enveloped, and you can see how this shower curtain is now inboard of the van, but outboard of the shower box. That gives you more elbow room inside. This is a very common thing people are doing in van builds these days. I think Advanced RV was the first one to do that. Now we're all doing it, and it really is a very effective way to gain space in your shower when you need it as a shower. And look how easy this is to bring back around. And we do have our fan right here to dry that curtain out. We tried something different in this van. This is a Starboard product, and what we did is we cut it to size, and then we perforated it. On the back side of that floorboard there, we kerfed it as a grid pattern. We connected every hole with a saw kerf. So when the water comes down onto this pan, it drops down and it has a way to get to the sump. We've got two drains up here and another one down here. They all lead to a sump box that's underneath this floor. It's built into the stainless steel shower pan. It's about this big, like a little big shoebox. It has a water pump in it, and it has a float switch, float level switch. So when the water drains into that box, it gets to a certain point, activates the switch, and the pump shoots the water under the van into the gray tank, which is under the van where the spare tire used to be. So that's that. You've taken your shower, the curtain's dry, put this down. Don't forget to do that. And now you're back to a work surface. Oh, the toilet is a Trolino toilet, and the owner took this on a quick weekend competition. He decided to take the toilet back home with him. Very considerate to take his toilet home. Trolino toilet will be in here as well, so you don't have to worry about that. Up here, because this was the only place left to put it, we have a microwave, and it locks in place. Then you close it, and this one is storage. We had to make use of that space above the crate. We did a nice little treatment up here. I love this. I love this 80/20, how it works with our woods, whether it's cherry or walnut. It's beautiful. It just works so well. Avocado shelf here, same thing. And then all of our lighting, very specific. Want to go outside? We've got another signature Humble Road running board. We make these out of 80/20. I buy brackets, steel brackets that are made for a Ford Transit, and I only buy the brackets, and then we make our treads 80/20. In this instance, we had to double up and just leave a little drip edge. This is the thickness of a piece of laminate for the water to drip and drain through, but the dog's nails can't get caught, their paws can't get caught, so this is done for the dogs. And then the passenger has access that way. We've got a Fiamma awning on this side, and we have another one on the other side. Here's a shot of one of the spreader lights by a company called Black Oak. Really high quality product. Peninsula with a 120 volt outlet, and Amir requested to have his water fill on the outside of the van. And so we did that for him. That goes directly down into the tank under the galley. This is really nice. This is an A&M window, and it has a slider with screen cut into the top of it. This is very unique. I've never seen this before. And of course, it's got drip holes, drain holes for the water. Very nice. Here's your porthole on the outside, van windows direct. And these are also A&M windows. These are awning windows. Very important for me when I do bunk windows to make them awning instead of slider, because you can use them in the rain. Another spreader light, LED light for the awning. Back here we have another awning. This is a company called Campervan. This is a pull-out 5-foot awning. This awning can be deployed with these doors open or closed. Now back here we've got a little surprise, a little treat. As you see here, we've got crates, and this folds down, lands on the bumper. So this is going to be used as a work surface when he is competing with the dogs. Here are your crates. These are 2 more crates. These are slightly larger than the ones up front, and they've got the climate controlled fan boxes that we made. So they're digital. Let me see if that switch, here you go. There, see that? So you can adjust the temperature on and off, and this just keeps the air moving in these crates, and they clip in place. We made these in-house. Ventilation up through the top as well on both crates. This center divider wall is removable, slides right out. You can store it in the garage if you wanted one big crate for a single dog. These outside panels are removable. That's where I've got more of my physical plant. Over here is the Aqua Hot system, and on this side I've got my solar controllers, my wake speed. I'll show you that in a minute. This is an outdoor shower, hot and cold water. It's the same as the one that's in the indoor shower. So you just have a quick connect here, and you can bring your hose out, hot and cold for the dogs and Amir. Outdoor outlet. This is something we do again with magnets. So these rear panels are magneted in place. We do a little jam around these windows, whichever window you want to put in there. I don't recommend putting opening windows in the rear of a vehicle, but people like to do it. So this is going to be a work surface. It's also a step to activate the awning. Now Amir's a little taller than me. That way. So this comes right out. Like I said, he's a little taller, so he'll be able to make that work. That goes out 2 more lengths. So that's why we have this step here. I can't reach it. I don't know if you noticed, I'm not that tall. But he won't have a problem doing that. He's taller than me. And again, you can use that with the doors open or closed. Now this is leaning here because Amir's not sure he wants it. If he gives us the go-ahead, we'll have a nice little system to keep that locked in place. But for the video, I wanted you to see that. And then we've got a ladder. This is the, what is this called? Flatline Van Company. It's their ladder and spare tire holder to get up on the roof, clean your solar panels. You have 600 watts of solar on the roof. Another spreader light here, another spreader light down there. We've got the smart plug, 30 amp shore power coming in. We've got our gray dump down here. We also have this on an electric switch that you can activate when it's proper and safe to do so. Awning window, another porthole. Here's our exhaust. This is for our gas-fired furnace for the Aqua Hot. Furnace is right here, very easy to edit. Further down, we've got another 80/20 running board, and we make sure that we make it long enough that it doesn't become a shin banger. If this was a shorter running board, you may run into that corner with your shin as you were getting in and out. But now, the way you're getting in and out, your approach angle is beyond the end. These are the kinds of things we think of. We're always worried about this stuff. There's another awning on this side. So he's got two Fiamma 45 awnings, one on each side and the one in the back. Now what he's going to do when he gets to a competition, he's out in the field. It could be any time of the year. Summer months, he wants to keep his van cool. It's a black van, so it's going to be a battle from the get-go to keep it cool. Lastly, I want to show you these systems I spoke about earlier in the van. In the back of these crates here, these side walls can be unscrewed and moved out of the way. And now look at that full access. That's the Aqua Hot system. So that's all of your heating with glycol, floor, radiant, everything. This side, same thing. You unscrew that panel and bring it across, and you have some electronics. You've got your solar controllers with breakers. You've got your wake speed, your servos back there. You could see the BMS. And again, that little bookshelf up front, that pops right out. You have access to everything. Wide open access, which is the way I like it. I crawl in here and work on this stuff, no problem. And that's that system. I want to thank you, Patrick, for giving me the opportunity to show you another creation from Humble Road. You can tell we just love what we're doing. We're just having a ball doing it. And every van I do, I say, this is my new favorite van. I love them.
George, always a pleasure to have you on the channel. You really checked off all the boxes for this customer. He came to you with a very specific list of wants and needs, and it was all around the dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he thought about himself last.
I joked with him. I said, you know what, Amir, towards the end here, we're going to do a few things for you. You need some love too.
But I like the fact that because he's going to be traveling mostly by himself and the dogs, he didn't need a double bed or a queen-size bed. That takes up a lot of room.
Yeah.
Having a twin or a single is genius if you're a solo traveler.
Yeah. And it just so happened, you know, these crate sizes are very specific to the dogs, okay? To the inch. We had no fudge room here. It just so happened that this fits under a twin bed perfectly, 38-inch twin bed. So it worked out, but you can see our garage space is crates. All we have is we have 7 inches on a side to do our work. And we did it.
Well, I think you nailed it. This is one of the taller vans for people if you would like more headroom on the Ford Transit.
Yes.
And this is an all-wheel drive, so he can pretty much go wherever he has to go. He's going to be traveling the country, not full-time, but for lots of competition. So it could be snowing, rain, mud. He's prepared.
Yeah, dualies. It's a heavy-duty 350. It's got dualies.
So the HD chassis gives you all the payload you need to do something like that.
Oh, yeah. He's nowhere near his weight limit. There's not that much build in here because the crates take up most of the space.
Yeah, even with 320 pounds of dog.
Exactly.
I'll make sure I put links in the description so our viewers can pop over to your Humble Road channel and www.humbleroad.tv.
Correct.
Your website.
Yep.
I'll see you soon.